How much does Tom Cruise earn? That name is associated with expensive motorcycles, skyscraper jumps, blockbuster action films, and timeless charm. But behind all that glossy surface lies one simple truth. Tom Cruise isn't just an actor. He's a business. He's a brand. He's a money-making machine. And now, you're about to find out how much this world of cinema and madness actually brings him. When you think of Hollywood's elite, Tom Cruise is probably one of the first names that comes to mind. His career spans over 4 decades, and during that time, he has become one of the highest-paid actors in the history of film. But it's not just about acting fees. This is the story of a man who managed to turn himself into an investment. Let's start with the obvious: film salaries. Tom Cruise can make tens of millions of dollars from a single project. But that's not even the main point. He doesn't just sign contracts as an actor. He joins projects as a producer. That means he gets a percentage of the box office revenue. For example, with Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol, he received around $12 million up front. But thanks to the film's success, his final earnings exceeded $75 million. And that's just one movie. Now imagine this. Every Mission Impossible film brings Cruise millions. The 7th installment, released recently, solidified his status as the most expensive action actor in the game. He doesn't just earn a paycheck, he takes a cut of the profits. Box office, digital release, streaming, physical media sales, he earns from everything. This is a producer's genius hidden under the mask of an adrenaline junkie. But let's go deeper. Tom Cruise owns his own production company, Cruise Wagner Productions. This studio has co-produced many of his films, including Mission Impossible, Valkyrie, Edge of Tomorrow. This gives him another revenue stream. He controls the filmmaking process, the marketing, even the budget. Which means he also controls a portion of the total profit. But even that's not the full story. Tom Cruise isn't just rich, he's strategically rich. He doesn't own a million homes, yachts, or islands like some celebrities. He's an advocate for a moderate but technologically and aesthetically refined lifestyle. He invests in real estate, charters private jets, or just pilots his own. Yes, he has a pilot's license and always stays within a calculated range. For instance, his former estate in Colorado was listed for $39.5 million. He doesn't just live, he capitalizes on every move. According to Forbes and other financial sources, his net worth is estimated to be between sensuous $600 and $700 million. But the most fascinating part is that number isn't final. It's just a snapshot in time. Every year brings him tens of millions more. In 2022, according to Variety, he made around $100 million from Mission Impossible 7 alone. That's for just one film. And here's the paradox. The older Tom Cruise gets, the more he earns. Why? Because his name guarantees box office success. He doesn't need marketing. He is the brand. Studios are willing to pay him enormous sums knowing that audiences will show up just for him. But you might wonder, why does he still do his own stunts? Because it's part of his business model. He's not just an actor, he's a seller of action. He understands that when the audience knows there's no stunt double, that it's really Tom Cruise hanging off the side of a plane or skydiving, it creates trust. And trust means money. He invests in himself, in his physical condition, training, skills. He studies new technologies, oversees every frame. You could call him an obsessive perfectionist, but that's exactly what makes him unique. No one else in Hollywood is this deeply involved in their own product. And here's another interesting detail. He doesn't have an Instagram. He doesn't entertain the public with scandals or turn his life into a reality show. All he does is make movies. Movies that sell, movies that earn, movies that pay him amounts very few ever see. Yes, Tom Cruise has a certain reputation, eccentricity, involvement with Scientology, mysterious relationships, but even that works in his favor. He's like a closed book in an era when every celebrity shares their breakfast online. And that mystery is intriguing. Intrigue means interest. Interest means ticket sales, and ticket sales mean money. Tom Cruise is not just a man, he's a Hollywood phenomenon. He has turned himself into an economic system. Each of his films is a high-yield investment project. His name is an asset that attracts funding from the biggest studios. And he doesn't stop. He doesn't rest on his laurels. While others take breaks, he studies, trains, prepares for the next leap. In the coming years, his net worth will likely surpass $1 billion, not because he's chasing money, but because his approach is meticulously precise. Every appearance on screen is calculated like a chess move. He doesn't act in 5 movies a year. He stars in one that captures the world. So how much does Tom Cruise earn? A lot, an incredible amount. But it's not even about the numbers. He earns exactly as much as it costs to be Tom Cruise, and that's more than you can probably imagine.